Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Football Manager 26. I am Stuart here with Cercle Brugge, taking on Club Brugge in a rivalry game for the ages here, where we are taking on the team doing the double as the team that has to win or has to have Mechelen get a draw. We can lose if Mechelen draws to Dender. If Mechelen wins, we have to win. Obviously, if they lose, it doesn't matter what we do. And Dender it can't do anything, so they have nothing to play for. In theory, Club Brugge have nothing to play for. They can't get to 80 points. They've already done the double. They've already won the title. They have nothing to play for based on any of that. Except for sending their rival down to the bottom, to the lower table, which is probably enough for them. Gura, I think I'm going to leave. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, man, I kind of want to put him in, but at the same time, is he really that much better than Kone? I'll put him in. Kone got the winner for me in the last match. Like, it feels like wrong. It feels wrong to take him out. So we're actually going to leave him in. Gerardo, Kone, Benitez, Mampauzu, Diaby, Fernandez, Magni, Bangura, Nabombe, Utkis, and Westerveld, who has got two back-to-back clean sheets, which means we're probably going to give up 10 goals. But back-to-back clean sheets, Magni has been just horrendous lately. Kind of expected to be horrendous again. And to be honest, the only reason he started is because Diakite got hurt. Unfortunately, Kevin Perez, who's been a little bit of a talisman for us, is also out. And if we manage to survive, which is a huge if, I'll do more in terms of looking around Bruges, looking more into the history of the club, and we'll be able to potentially re-sign some players who have said they wouldn't re-sign for us until they knew whether or not we were going to get relegated. But all of that is just a huge if. And then the question becomes, if we get relegated, do I still have a job? And if I have a job, do I want the job? I'll say we owe them after what happened. Seem to fire them up. It's a game you mark down on your calendar this sort of season. Everyone is excited, confident. It's an honor to lead this club, and I'm optimistic about our chances. I'm really not. The mood is positive, and we're ready for anything. I mean, we're coming off of 2 straight wins and a draw, so we're undefeated in our last 3. So in theory, that while there is pressure because freaking Dender and a horrendous pass to start off, freaking Mechelen is on a tear, and I don't trust that Dender is going to do anything to help us. So there's definitely pressure about the idea of staying up, but that really should have been a chance for you. Magni, will you get the damn ball? That really looked like it should have been a penalty. Thankfully, it wasn't. But I am just... For a man who is allegedly 3.5 to 4 stars, Magni is just awful. Marking of 13. I don't see that. I know he said he was considering his options, but dude, We're actually dominating the possession, although we have not taken a shot yet. Dender and Michelin are still even 0-0. I mean, that would actually mean it wouldn't matter. Who are you passing that to? Fernandez is just making some atrocious passes early on. Gerardo, he's in from me. It's offsides. Never mind. It was a good ball. It was a good ball. It was a good run. Wasn't meant to be. I think I did make the mistake of leaving BBSC. I should have stayed. Not because I've not enjoyed my time here. I have. My center back actually stepped up like he was supposed to. That's a miracle. Well, I knew he was going to hoof it long because he kept running further and further to the inside. And my striker just trailed him and never tried to, get in a passing position. So I knew that was what was going to happen. Seen that a lot. I love this team. I love the potential of this team. I think there's oh my God, if you would have made a good pass, we had runners. Gerardo is through again. He shoots and it's in! From Benitez. This time it will count. Like I said, Gerardo, Benitez, Diaby, we have players. I don't know if they're good enough to get us European football, but they're good enough to be in this league. Forget what happens. We are going to praise our lads. Of course they have a very end of the half highlight because the game always does that crap. Great play by Westerveld. I don't know, again, if we stay up, is he good enough to be our full-time keeper? I don't know. But honestly, if the man ends up getting us 3 straight victories and 3 straight clean sheets at that, he would be in the running. We have 2 shots, they have 6, 1 on target, they have 3. We have the only clear-cut chance. They have 4 quarters to our 1. Passing, we have a tiny advantage. Cross, we're a lot better. Fouls, we have a lot more. We have the only yellow. Rating, we're a tiny bit better. Distance is exactly the same. And possession, we're actually winning. Mapanzu has been terrible. So we will take a chance of putting Nissen in. I will say well done on controlling possession. That's what we want. As of right now, we are, say, 50 minutes, right? Because you have 45 minutes and then stoppage time. 50 minutes away, lads. 50 minutes away. It's kind of weird that we started the second half without the highlight of the ball being kicked. That's usually been a thing. Free kick here by Club Brugge. Oh, God. Oh, it's tipped aside by Westerveld. They may yet score, but what a save. It's still even with Michelin. Still even with Michelin, which is a little bit surprising. What if we did this? Could we put Benitez up top? Belmactar there. Now, Benitez is still on a yellow, of course, but he's a little bit less involved in the press. Yeah. Dude, the guy is right in front of your face. How do you lose that? Well, you lose it by thinking you could run by him. You know, Nissen passes it. Benitez! Benitez! Yes! Oh, crap. It's not going to count. Flags up. God dang it. We have had 2 disallowed goals. I don't see the VAR line. I just see the field, but okay. Oh my God, that would have been massive to go up 2-0. I get a draw. Alright, we are starting to get a little bit worn out here. Magny's aggressive? Like, okay, Eric's going to go for him because I don't know. I don't want him to, like, get a red card because he's aggressive. The Wild will go in for Fernandez as well. Try to get fresh legs a little bit. Utkis to Eric. Eric's got fresh legs, runs by a Club Brugge defender down the right side. Nice pass to Belmactar. Belmactar beats his defender, dribbles in the box. Dribbles over, passes it. Oh, it's knocked aside. God, a 2-goal lead, especially the 74th minute. Free kick for Club Brugge. Oh, this is going to be painful if we give this up. We'll go to standard time wasting. Can we see it out? Dender's winning! Dender's winning 1-0. If Dender wins, it doesn't matter what happens in our match. We'll go to more time wasting. And honestly, if Mechelen draws, it doesn't matter what happens. Obviously, if we win, it also doesn't matter what. And they have drawn. Even at 1-1. We see it out! We see it out and we survive. Oh my goodness. We have seen it out. Survival is guaranteed. Mechelen tried to get us. They end up drawing with Dender. And Cercle Brugge will stay in the Jupiter Pro League. Westerveld with a 3rd straight clean sheet. Our defense, Utkes 7.1, Nabombe with 7, and Bangura with a 7.3. Gerardo with a 7.6 because of his goal. Benitez with a 6.8 with an assist. Fernandez was actually pretty decent, but he came off. The Wild 6.6. Diabe was a 6.5. Nysa was a 6.6. Belmokhtar was a 6.9. Kone was a 6.5 who went off. Cercle Brugge survives. We're officially safe. So now what we're going to do very quickly is see any of those players, we can re-sign them. How relieved are you to have secured Cercle Brugge's place in the top flight for another season? Absolutely delighted. Your team put out a performance that fans and experts alike referred back to it in glowing terms for years to come. What did you make of it? When there are people on the side that step up in own situations without being prompted, it is then reflected in the results and performances we earn. Today's is a combination of everything to date, but it won't be the apex of what we're capable of as a group. So Michelin made a good run of it. They really, really did. They had us sweating down to the end. We potentially benefited from Club Brugge having everything locked up. They maybe took their foot off the gas and were like, man, it'd be kind of cool if we could send Cercle down, but we don't have a ton to play for other than pride and maybe humiliating our rival. We will praise Bangera. We avoid relegation. We get 572,000 euros. Benitez does reach a yellow card limit. So that does give us now 3.98 million euros. We're still well over the wage bill, unfortunately. But, we avoided the relegation, have a solid B from the club. Supporters should be happy. Players should be happy. Obviously, Michelin and Dender, I always feel bad for the small clubs when they go down, but we end with 3 straight wins, 3 straight shutouts, 4 straight actually. 4 straight clean sheets by Westerveld. I think he's got to be in the running. Like, it was awful here. It was okay there. Ka played against Dender. It's one of those where maybe if we had Westerveld earlier, we're not in that position. It's a possibility. But yeah, okay, so let's go to the press conference. They're slightly positive and encouraged because they know we're safe now. You must be pleased with the result given the importance of the match to both clubs. So pleased are you with your side given the magnitude of the match. We also beat a rival on top of everything else. I'm delighted with the result of the performance of the players. They all knew how important the match was and they really rose to the occasion. And what was labeled as the biggest match of Cercle Brugge this season, your team certainly lived up to a pre-match billing. You must be delighted. It's a brilliant feeling. Everyone has been worked so hard, and they're getting the rewards right now. I only get 2 matches, or 2 questions most press conferences. So with that 3-match winning streak, we went 6-3-3, so we have a 50% winning streak at Club Brugge, or Cercle Brugge. I wish we were at Club Brugge. I don't know if I do. I do in the sense that obviously the money, the resources, the squad would all be better, but I like this team. So this contract will expire next year. He's 22 years old. We have guaranteed ourselves safety. We're very keen on re-signing him. This is what it would take to get a deal done. Heribito Gerardo, 3.9 thousand, 4.8 thousand per week. Long-term contract at 2031. Minimum release fee of 10.7. Relegation release of 5.5 be established in the Pro League next year. Okay. I mean, really, that's just 600 euros a week more. Um, yeah, he definitely would be an important player for us. I have no problem promising that. Can we go for 3,800 euros? Like, could we get that? And instead of giving you everything you want in terms of, right, in terms of the salary, can we? We'll give you some more money in terms of an assist bonus. And we'll say if you don't play, you'll get 300 euros. So it's less money, but you get more money for each assist, and you get more money if you don't play. Dude, if he gets 15 assists, I'm willing to give him 20 grand. He accepts. So, in theory, Heriberto Gerardo, 22-year-old Mexican national, we have locked up into a long-term deal here at Cercle Brugge. Now, Benitez, 26-year-old Argentinian, is making 5.5 thousand euros weekly. Utkis, 26-year-old Latvian, or Lithuanian, sorry. Now, Magny is Belgian. 2.3 thousand euros. Would he actually care to resign? He's not interested. Okay. He doesn't want to resign, although he is still under contract till 2028. So speaking of, who do we have anybody currently who's gonna run out this year? Okay, well, okay, yeah, right, because it's a loan deal. Banadero because he's retiring. Verbic is gonna join us. Nabombe expires in 2031. Interesting. AS Monaco. He's not interested in signing. Okay, of course not. Bel Mokhtar, same thing. We'll ask the agent. He doesn't want to come either. Okay. I mean that's frustrating, but not super duper surprising. Diaby goes through 2029, so we're probably gonna be okay there. What does he need to work on? I don't know, flair and leadership. I mean, how would you? I guess quickness, agility, and balance. Yeah, balance of 7. Anyways, so Kevin Perez is 29. Benitez is 26, so currently he makes 5.5 thousand euros. He would want 6.5 to, ooh, wow, 6.5 to 8. Wow. Now again, really important part of our team. 9 goals, 3 assists in the league in 30 matches played. 5 players of the match. Oh, but his contract actually runs out in 2029, so we actually have an extra year. Okay, okay. Um, Kevin Perez's contract. 29-year-old Colombian. 23 appearances, 6 goals, 1 assist. Had a hard time staying healthy. He did have a hard time staying healthy, but and he has a year remaining. What would his agent say? 5.5 thousand to 6.25 as a right winger with a wide four. I'm not interested in the promise. Okay, they're saying they're not going to move on, but they're willing to let it go. Um, Utkis. $5,000 to 6.25. Angura makes is under contract for a few years till 2030, so we won't re-sign him or offer him a deal just yet. Westerveld's contract will go through 2029. Yeah, he is definitely going to have every opportunity to be our top keeper. 6 appearances, 4 clean sheets. So we'll advance a little bit here, right? I don't want to get too deep into the woods with the episode, but I did want to try to see if we could maybe get an idea of a new wage bill. So Club Brugge wins the double, right? Big rivals, but we do beat our big rival and we beat them to stay up. Cercle Brugge, the last place team to gain safety. Praise them for rising to the occasion. Wage. Wait, what? The board set initial budgets 3.2 thousand available and transfers 325,000 available. Confused. So what does that mean? We have 4.1 million. Okay, really? Our wage bill went down by 11,000. Well, actually, I don't know if it did. It just transferred a wage bill. All right, so we're going to go up to 106,000 in our wage bill because we do want to try to re-sign these people. So Benitez, 5.5 thousand. One's between 6.5 and 8. Dear God. What does Kevin want? 4.8 wants 5 and 6 point. Okay, so his contract is not that bad. I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. I'm sorry. He's okay with that, so we actually are only paying him 200 more a week. His cost is 6.25 thousand weekly, so it's an increase of 500. But importantly, we have Herabito Gerarda, we have Perez. All right, this one is going to be the painful one because he is currently making 5.5 and he wants at least 6.5. Um, I'm not making position promises. You can play as a striker, that's fine, Matthias. Yeah, no, I'm not giving you a freaking. $2,000 a week euro raise, or 2,000 euro a week raise. He will take the 6,500 because that was within his range. So we re-signed Gerardo, we re-signed Benitez, we re-signed Perez to long-term deals. Um, Diakite, again, Magny is still under contract, but he is probably going to go. We also know Neri here is retiring, and he makes $4,000 a week. So Diaby, okay, we don't need to worry about it. He's got 2 years left. Nissen dropped the fact that he was angry at us. He's got 2 years left, so we don't need to worry about his contract. All right, so we're gonna take a real quick look here, and then we'll probably wrap up the episode because I don't want to go too super duper long. He's got 2 years left, so we know he'll be back. Lawrence, 2 years, he'll be back for sure. Bel Mokhtar, I don't know. Ka, I don't know. Ferrara has 2 years left, but honestly, I don't really want him back. Transfer value is only 23,000 though. 2,000 a week. So I mean, it would obviously help the wage bill a little bit, but not a player who's going to make a huge difference. Um, so I'll remove him. Two years remaining. Utera is 1 year remaining, but I don't know if we really want to re-sign him. Pahus, 2 years remaining. Probably gonna be back. The Wild, 2 years remaining. I'd like to upgrade though at that midfield spot, but for right now anyway, he's gonna be back. Ningura, sorry, $3,000 a week. Honestly, if Benitez is going to be my primary striker, I can see us trying to move him. So we'll transfer list him. Diakite, 2028. He's injuries, really young, so I think we'll try to keep him. Perez, I already know we're going to try to keep. And really, that's all the subs you're allowed to have. Gomes, 2028, gives us another center back who could be back. Verbic, we know, will be back. Well, Nissen and Pahush are both going to be the backup center backs, right? Only gives us two. Gomes would be the sixth. His contract expires next year, but we will try to transfer list him. 4,500 euros a week for him? Really? Okay. That's what, if we sell him, like Negura's leaving, that's 3.1. Well, we think Negura's leaving. That's 3.1. Bandera, so it's what, 7? It's almost 11. That's 13 with Ferrara. That's 13 grand in wages. And then if Magny is actually sold, 900 to 1,000 to 1.3 million. Right? Like that's actually a lot of money. Like if those people all get sold. Kone's got a couple years remaining on his deal. Udkis we do want to try to sign. He's currently making 4.7. Sure. Yep. No positional promises. That works. Yeah, I'm not giving you a 1,300 wage increase. I'm sorry. So got him a new contract offered. Now, if Nimbambe actually was able to come back, that would be nice. Banguera will also make sure we're training him as our ball-playing center back. Because it says, I'm a little confused on the loan, right? Because it says, when we look at the first team here, if we look at the contract, that doesn't expire till 2031 for Bel Mokhtar, and it doesn't expire until 2031 for Nimbambe. Very briefly before we go away for the episode, right? We are going to look at our recruitment focuses. For some reason, they got rid of our North Sea one. We have nobody in Central Europe. Okay. In the North Sea, we had 8 players. Goalkeeper, A plus, 5 million. Well, where are you going to get that? Cerdan, unfortunately, we don't really need a left wing back. You know, Jonas as a secondary striker could play a little bit of all the wings. Herman Talibi play a little bit of the winger. But again, if Bella Mokhtar is going to be here to 2031, I don't know if that's really a need. Vettel. Now this guy I would actually really like. I mean, he's only 5'6", but he can play pretty much everywhere. So he's a little bit like Magny. Can play pretty much everywhere. I will put him on the indefinite short list. Cerdan could play both wingbacks and a little bit at center back. 65 to 600. I mean that's a pretty big gap there. 65 to 650,000. Edit search. So, anyways, that is where we were going to wrap up. And then, of course, we have some of the players who are going to come up for the lower levels. So, we'll see how that goes. Thank you for everybody for watching. We did survive, which means, like I said, during the match against Club Brugge, we will try to bring in a little bit more of the website, the store, the fans, the city of Bruges, the history of Cercle, and bring that in moving forward. Thank you again. Take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to y'all later.